Today on Eagle Nation News, Brandon Bonaparte reports from volleyball's first playoff win. How crucial was this game, and what does this win mean for the team?
Casey Boston sniffed out a story about Kaz, Prosper High School's K9. How is Officer Turner's partner keeping our school a safe learning environment?
And finally, Cameron Silva will highlight the new Chili's coming to Prosper. What does a famous restaurant have to offer our community?
All this and more today on Eagle Nation News.
Live from Prosper, Texas, this is Eagle Nation News.
Good afternoon, Prosper High School. Today is Wednesday, November 1st. I'm Sola Cantai.
I'm Christina Folsom.
And I'm Cameron Silva.
We start today's show with more on the terrorist attack that happened in New York yesterday. Cameron?
Yesterday, a man purposefully drove through a bicycle path, killing 8 civilians and injuring 12 more. The mayor of New York, Bill de Blasio, called it an intentional act of terrorism, and ISIS has claimed full responsibility for the attack.
The annual Stuff the Bus drive is back in full swing. Each PISD school will collect canned food items and then stuff a bus that is sent to the Bethlehem Place to help provide food for the less fortunate. The school began collecting canned food items today and will end on Friday, November 10th.
Now we send it over to Brandon Bonaparte, who yesterday was on scene at volleyball's first round playoff game against Independence to talk with some players about their key win.
What is up, guys? I'm Brandon Bonaparte here from McKinney High School, where our Prosper Eagle volleyball team just took down the Frisco Independence Knights in straight sets. With me, we have Haley Killinger and Sierra Heck, 2 of their key players. So, Haley, today on the show, you talked about not overlooking anybody. Can you tell us a little bit about what it feels like to get the first playoff win under your belt?
It feels really good. We came out ready to play. We had a few too many unforced errors, and we have a lot to work on. But we play Highland Park on Thursday, so that should be a good matchup.
So this being playoffs, the atmosphere seemed, a little bit more pumped up, would you say? How could you compare the regular season district play atmosphere to atmosphere of the playoffs?
Well, in district, the games are not as fun, so people don't really want to come out as much. But in playoffs, it's a lot greater competition, and it's a lot more fun, the atmosphere, and it makes it a lot more fun for us when we have a bigger crowd, so that's probably the biggest difference.
And y'all did win tonight. You won all 3 sets, but they're a little tighter than what you said, like what you faced in district. So can you tell me a little bit how you were able to maintain your composure and eventually come out on top in these 3 sets?
I think these sets were closer than what we've experienced. Independence wasn't the toughest competition that we'll play this year in playoffs, but they definitely were harder than some teams we played in district. And I think in practice, the competition that we face, all the competitive drills that we do, I think those really help us during our matches, so we kind of translate that to the game.
7:30 at Coppell High School against Highland Park. That's all the time we have for you today on this interview. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Brandon Bonaparte.
Thank you, Brandon. After this commercial break, Casey Boston highlights the not-so-rough life of Officer Turner's partner, Kaz the K9.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Do you happen to like marshmallows? Fire? And this here book? If so, head on over to the Young Life Bonfire November 4th and go to Miss Kate's room for more information.
This fire trick was performed by trained professionals. Please do not try this at home.
If you have been in the Prosper hallways before, you have likely seen Kaz, the canine drug dog, here at Prosper High School. Kaz didn't give us much of a soundbite to work with, but Casey Boston still dug up a story about the ins and outs of Kaz's career.
Kaz, a 2-year-old Belgian Malinois canine officer, joined the force in August of this year. Officer Patrick Turner, certified dog handler, works with Kaz daily to help keep our school a safe learning environment for Prosper High School students and staff.
Well, the training for him is pretty intense. It's about 3 months, and that's just for narcotics detection. So it's 3 months of picking up on odors, learning how to alert to odors, figuring out what he's working for. And it's pretty stressful on him. And it's at least 6 to 8 hours a day, basically. And then some of that he also rides on patrol with an officer that's a handler. So the whole time he's getting exposed to odors and traffic on the highways, people in houses, and things like that. He doesn't do apprehension work. He's not, if you look on YouTube, they have really cool pictures and videos. He's not trained for that. He's not trained to apprehend criminals or people that are running. His whole purpose with us is for narcotics detection. It helps give students and staff a safe environment. People don't realize that we're not here to catch a student doing something wrong. We're here to make sure that you're safe. If somebody feels comfortable coming up here and doing a drug deal in our parking lots, that's not safe. And they have a great purpose. He can see, hear, and smell things that nobody else can.
Chief Chad Vessels of the Prosper ISD Police Force stated that having a canine program is an added layer of security to ensure that our students have the safest environment possible to be educated in. A huge thanks goes out to Dr. Watkins and the school board for allowing us to implement these types of programs. Although Kaz can sit, stay, and jump just like most dogs, this canine works hard to ensure complete safety for us all. I'm Casey Boston for Eagle Nation News, Prosper.
Thank you, Casey. After this commercial break, Cameron Silva has an update on all things Prosper.
Student Council will be collecting canned goods on stage during all lunches November 6th through 10th for Stuff the Bus. Prosper Theater's performing The Balkan Women and The Women of Lockerbie in the Prosper High School Auditorium on the 9th, 10th, and 11th of November at 6:30 p.m. There is also a matinee on the 11th at 2 p.m. Tickets are $5 for students. Young Life will be hosting a bonfire on Saturday, November 4th. See Miss Cates or Miss Werner for details.
The Gates of Prosper is coming out with many new shops for our community. Here to discuss the new Chili's opening up this November is Cameron Silva.
What's up, guys? So today we are going to be talking about a new Chili's that will open here on the 20th of November. It will be north of 380. As I'm sure many of you know, Chili's is a well-known and generally well-received restaurant chain. So it's nice to finally have something like this here in Prosper. Chili's has a variety of food, from burgers to nachos to wings. For those of you looking for something for a fun dinner with friends or family, this could be a good option for you. Make sure you're following us at Eagle Nation News on Twitter for more updates.
Thank you, Cameron. Now let's send it over to Tyler Winden, who in the Eagle Zone with your sports update.
Recently, wrestler Tristan Bauer placed 7th at preseason nationals. This means that he is Prosper High School's first All-American wrestler. Congratulations on your accomplishment. Just to reiterate, last night, Lady Eagle Volleyball played their first match of playoffs against Independence and won all 3 sets. Tomorrow night at 7, the Lady Eagles will face off Highland Park at Capel for the area championship. That's all I have for you today. I'm Tyler Winden reporting from the Eagle Zone.
Thank you, Tyler. Now let's get a look at the meetings happening this week.
Well, that's going to do it for our show today. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Christina Folsom.
I'm Cameron Silva.
And I'm Sola Cantai. Live long and prosper.